Crafting Vicky here with you. I hope you're doing well. Today we're making cards, but we're making cards with something different. So I've been wanting to create something that I could do digitally that would be interesting for you guys, and that I could put in my store and that you obviously could purchase, but that wouldn't require shipping, because shipping charges are really expensive. And so I was looking at different options of things, and one of the things that I thought about was making a card set, a little bit like you would have for Onkidori or that sort of thing, but without a physical item being shipped. So I created some toppers based on, similar to what I did last time, but basically I have done, whoops, I'm mistaken these sheets. So basically what is included in the set that's going to be on Etsy, and that's going to be linked down in the description box below, is a sheet of toppers like these. So you've got the stencil that I did, then you have some that have already the card cluster on top. Then there's a sheet of the card clusters, some with some words and some without words, and then some words alone, as well as one that's empty that you could actually use to write your own. Some flowers, some buttons. So I thought that was really fun. And then 2 sheets of design paper so you can, the set comes as a PDF, and you can print whichever sheet you want. So I printed these on a little bit nicer paper than the regular copy paper, but you could do it on copy paper. And the reason why I printed it on a little bit nicer is because I'm going to be using this to make some cards today, but cards that I can give to my friend as part of her box of cards. So this is the set that's in my Etsy store, and if this is something that takes on and that people like, then I will create other ones. I just love the texture and how it turned out. Like, I really love how they turned out, and I'm hoping that people are gonna love it as well. Yeah, I was able to capture the texture of the different elements that are on top of one another, and I just think it makes for a very fun set, and you feel almost like it's lifted, but it's not, it's flat. So this is the set that's available. But then for my Patreons, because I love them so much, I decided to create one sheet for them, and this is a freebie that's available for all tiers. So if you are a Patreon of $2, you still get this freebie sheet, and it's going to include one that has just the 2 flowers, then one that says thanks, and then a big card like this that says thank you, and then the stencil, some buttons I thought was fun, and some flowers as well. So little ones and bigger ones and all the things. And here too I included buttons, by the way. I just thought it was fun, a fun little element that you can cut out. So yes, so if you're a part of my Patreon in the month of April, you will have gotten this sheet, and we're going to be making something with it as well, so that I can share on my Patreon feed what I made with this card set for them, share a picture, and they will have gotten this already. So let's start out the timer. Basically what I did is I pulled out a bunch of different cards base that I had and that I want to cover. I've got some papers here that are from my stash and that are left over. You could use just this, obviously, but you can also use something else. You can, use multiple items from the set. So let's start off by cutting some elements and then creating something. So let's say I'm going to cut this out so that I can have a smaller sheet to work with. And what's fun is with these is that you can print them as many times as you want. Like you don't have to, that's the beauty of these versus buying a set of paper, is that you can make multiples. And I was thinking that it'd be fun, because they're all similar, you can make a set of cards that you can actually give out as gifts to your friends. A little bit like I'm gonna do right now for my friend. And it makes it easier. There's not as much waste. The paper pack is all designed to go together, like all the elements are similar colors, so it just makes it fun and easy. So as I said, you could just use that and put it directly on there, and that could be something. Or you can, you know, layer actual other paper and layer that like that. And I'm thinking that I might want to use some of the stencils here underneath. So let's do that. And you can cut it the size you want. You don't have to leave it as big. I usually do cards that are smaller size, but obviously you can also do them in bigger size. You just have to add more layers. So that's up to you. So let's see. Let's see what we're gonna do. So it's a great way of using your little leftover pieces of papers as well. And I really hope you guys like these toppers. I'm intending on including some, but in I'm gonna probably change the coloring on them, and some that I didn't include in these sheets, include them, one or two elements of those in my newsletter, as well as possibly on the blog. So if you're interested in having extra content and freebie content, go and check that out. That might be something interesting for you. Okay, so let's say I could do that. And I could use, obviously, the text, but I don't think I will. I think I'm just going to leave it as that. I think it's going to make it very sweet. Very sweet. I love like the fact that the lace is running over. I just think it's fun. I had a lot of fun making these, but they do take time. I have to admit, like the scanning of everything, and then you know, removing the background from them and so on. And I'm doing it with my computer, but honestly, like, I'm starting to think of buying myself a tablet that I could actually draw on and alter things directly on the tablet, just because it would have a stylus, and I feel like it might be more precise than using my mouse. Because right now when I'm doing it, like when I'm cleaning the image all around, it's very, like, it's not precise as in it would be with a pencil. I feel like if I was using an actual little eraser, I would do a better job, I think. But that's just my thoughts. So here's the card. I could use some of the little buttons. I did them in set of 3s, so 2 bigger ones and a smaller one, because I thought it'd be fun if you wanted to, let's say, put in the corner a little set. So that's why I did it. And I did the same with the flowers, different size. So that's this first one. which I think is really fun. And what's fun, like you feel like it has texture, but it doesn't. So to mail it, it's not going to be very costly. So that's also fun. This piece I don't think I can use on this. Let's see. So I was thinking I could use I don't know, I want to use this leftover piece. Like, I don't want to throw it away, and I don't know when I'm going to actually use it otherwise. So what if I was to do this and do that? There's a little piece of blue that's darker there. I mean, it's only paper, so let's play and try this. Because I'm thinking it'd be fun to use one of the flowers like in the middle or something like that, and use this leftover piece so that I don't put it back in my stash, because otherwise that's what's gonna happen. I know myself. I'm not going to be able to throw it away, and it's going to go back into my stash, and I really don't want it back into my stash. So let's see if we can find a way to make this work. And obviously it's going to make a very unique design for my friend to use to whatever. Could actually use leave the thank you. I need to align this properly. There we go. Actually, not bad. And then I'm thinking maybe I could use some of the big flowers. Do I use that, or do I use like this one? You could also ink the edge of these if you so desire. So put one there. Let's see. You could, obviously, if you wanted, cut out all the elements and put them in a binder, and then when you're ready to use them, just pull them out, kind of like die cuts. I think that's fun, actually. I'm liking this. So let's see, do I use some of the little ones? Very tiny but cute. I can see myself using these in other projects. There's a little bit of paper that's lifting here and that's bothering me. So let's glue that down here. Same here, the little piece is lifting up. And here as well. Okay, so here. Here. I think that's really pretty. I think that's pretty, and it's so simple, and yet it's using up those scraps that otherwise would just have stayed in my stash. Also, part of the kit, I've added a little piece of torn paper that you can actually stamp a sentiment on. Thought that would be fun. And that's on the Patreon one, but there's also one on the other set here as well. See these two little strips? I thought it'd be fun because you could have, like, you could put a sentiment directly on there. You could obviously put that there, but you could also stamp something if you want, which I thought is a fun idea. So I'm loving this, and it's so easy and no mess, and you didn't have to do the stitching and the buttons. I did it for you because that is a pain in the little behind, but I just love the look that it gives, so it's worth doing it. By the way, the clusters that I did use to make all these cards will be also in my Etsy store. The link will be down in the description box below, in case you're interested in buying them. Those will be the original, obviously, so because they're the original, it's a little bit more costly. You get a physical item, and there's a lot of love that went into making these clusters. So, and it's a set of 8 versus a set of 5 that I sold. So just in case you're interested in purchasing the original, I thought that might be something of interest. So you will find that also in the description box below. This here I have to cover because of the fact that it's all the way to the edge, and so I'm gonna cover it, and I'm gonna cover it with this purple, which I think is purplish violet, lilac type of color. I think it's gonna go beautifully with some of the toppers. So what I could do is use some of this paper and then put the topper on top. That could be fun. I think this is a bit big for the card, maybe. Well, maybe not. I could use it directly. So let's do that for the first one, because why not? So I'm gonna cut these. And cut all around. Obviously everybody's printer is a little bit different, so the shading might be a tad different, but it's going to be very similar, unless you tell it that you don't want it, because you can save on printer ink. If you do that, you're really going to change the look of the paper, because it really makes a big difference. Actually, let me pull something out to share with you guys. So when I did the testing of the sheets, I tested them with regular printer paper at home. And the first sheet that I printed had printer saving mode on it. So this is how it turned out. Whereas when I don't do the printer saving ink mode, this is what it turns out. So you can see how different these are. So that could be a possibility of you getting two different set of results. Depends on what you want. But obviously, like if you do the printer saving and you're like, oh my god, there's no purple, well, that would be the reason why. So just thought I would let you guys know. Oh my god, I'm loving this card. How easy was this? How easy. And you could have just put this directly, let's say, on something like that. See? Like, you don't have to put a paper, but because I had the background and I didn't want to see the big thank you. Oh, I got scared that I put it on the wrong side, but isn't that sweet? I love it. Love it, and I really hope that you do as well, that you're as excited about these as I am. Because I'm really excited with them. I think it's a really fun set, and something that everybody can get their hands on, no matter where in the world you are. And obviously, because it's digital, it's not as expensive, so that might be something as well that people appreciate. Because when I'm making something physical, there's only one of it, obviously, and it's taken me a long time, whereas this has taken me a long time, but at least I can sell multiple of it, so I can make back some of my time through that as an opportunity that I don't have otherwise, if that makes sense. So I'm thinking for this that I might want to just leave it with the border. So let's just cut it down slightly more, just so that it fits a little bit better in the border. Because why not use the fact that the card has this border on it already? Like it's a, whoops, there goes my paper. And this is a great way for making multiple cards in one sitting. Very easily. And here we go. And it could go both ways. So that's another one. Okay, and then for this one, I think I want to use some of the paper. So let's see. Let's cover this up. I have one that would cover it up better and not waste so much. No. Oh, actually, yes, I do. Okay, so I'm going to use that. There we go. So I hope my Patreons will be excited about this this new thing that I'm offering them, because I've been thinking about it for a while, but it takes a while to put into action. I did provide in the past digital items, but it's been a while, and so I'm thinking that if they like it, that this might be something that I do on a monthly basis, because I myself would love to have these for the future when I want to make an easy card. It's really convenient, and because it's my own, I feel like I'm still being creative, and you can obviously, what would be really fun if you wanted to add extra would be, for example, to use a real button and just to add that to it as a extra dimension. You could do that. There's so many possibilities. Okay, so let's see, like that. Now, if you really wanted to layer a lot, then you could actually use, for example, this and layer on top. Let's see how that would look. And you're using very thin paper, so it adds like no weight, versus adding these big cardboards. So that would be the look. Or we can use one of the toppers. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna use the Get Well Soon. Because we always need some of those. And I might layer some of this, I'm not sure. So let's see. Let's cut this off. Actually could fit on it. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Just to add an extra little layer. Because I love layering so much. Definitely not required, but why not? And it's using up my scraps, which I don't want to put back into my bin. So if I can use it up. And here we go. So that's the second one. We're actually, yeah, second one. Third one with this set. Let's use do I go directly with this? Put it on this. I think I'm going to put it on here. So because I have an idea in my head of using one of the flowers, because I don't want to put that little piece of paper back into my stash. So bit of cardstock into my stash, so let's see if I could use this. And there's some gold in this, so this paper, so it fits perfectly well with this. So let's see. Like that. And then I would put this. And I'm thinking of using this flower. And then I could actually use these two buttons and the thinking of you. Thinking of you. And the buttons fit with this flower, so I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use that one. And go. This. Okay, so then my little buttons to see how big I want the little piece of paper to be. And I'm left with quite a few elements, and I've done already quite a lot of cards. So you can see like this set would be sufficient to make quite a lot. Okay, so if I was to put this here, I've left a little piece of white I don't want to see. So thinking of you, and I can put the little button here and the little button here. Or do I put just one? I think I want to put just one. And I want the little piece to be that big. Okay, so only one little button. And this piece will go into the recycling bin because there's a limit to the insanity of keeping everything. And I think for this I'm going to actually use some stickles on top of the button, just for the fun of it. Thinking of you. And whoops, let's start it again. So that the two little holes are like that. I actually could put, whoa, I said a little bit, I didn't say too much, and I just put too much. just for added fun. And see how sparkly it is now. So I still have, out of that set, I still have all of this with that added little button. All of these, that, whoops, my button. I have all of this left. I have the stencil left. I didn't touch that big piece either. So all of this is still left, and I've done 4 cards out of it already. So how fun is that? So these 4 were done with that set, and then I made 2 using my Patreon set. So, and I still have all of these elements from the Patreon set that were not used. So I hope you will love it. I can't wait to read your comments and to know your thoughts about this. Like I said, I love the fact that you can reprint these as many times as you want, and you can even alter the color just through the ink that you use. I wonder too, if you were to use grayscale, how that would turn out. I have no idea, but that might be a fun test to do. So anyway, looking forward to reading your comments about this, and go and check it out in my Etsy store. And if you're not a member of my Patreon, peeps, if you want to go and check it out, this is the type of things I want to share more of over there, because I so appreciate their support of my art. So I want to provide more for them. And I have so many ideas. It's just my brain is going on overload with creativity. I think the fact that I'm doing the 100-day project, drawing every day, and I'm just getting more into my groove and having so much fun with it. So yeah, so love you guys so much. Take care, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.